Hello everybody, this is Fadi again, and in this tutorial we are going to learn how to create topography in Revit and also how to adjust this topography to be maybe adjusted and adapted with our buildings in Revit. And also in this tutorial we will learn how to create maybe the inclined roof in Revit, such as this project. So we are going to learn how to create this project as simple as possible. But before we getting started, I would like to ask you to subscribe the channel and like the videos in order to help me to create more and more videos such as these in the future. So let's dive into Revit. So as you see here, I am gonna to start from the scratch in order to do this project in details. I'm gonna to open a new file project and start here from the scratch. I am here in level 1, so I will go to architecture, wall, and then I will choose maybe exterior wall, and let's choose this square or rectangular. Let's draw something like maybe 12 with 80, not important, just to show the idea behind that. But I'm gonna to press UN and change the units from centimeter to meter, because I'm always working on meter and changing the decimals to the two decimals. Okay, now as you see I have this rectangular of walls. If we are going to the 3D, we can see that we have this rectangular. I am going to add another level here, create similar, and give it an offset with big line with the same 3.6 maybe. And let's create one above this level 2 to have level 3. Okay, let's go back to the 3D. Let's choose all the walls and connect them to level 3. And as you see in the elevation, all the walls will be reached to level 3. Okay, right now let's do some modification of these walls to make them. Try to choose, maybe give the base offset of 2.4 or something like that. It is good. Okay, I will choose the center line of each walls here, as you see, and then also I think this wall. Okay, maybe it is not connected here. You can now press Alt and connect them such as this. We can modify that later on. And as you see here, I have these walls, but maybe these walls came over the inclined ones that we do. So now maybe we can give it a little bit like that, and also try to edit a profile for these walls alongside with these walls. So I will go all over the way like that, and also I want them to be a little bit like that above the level 3. Okay, now you can simply choose that and give a line for all of that in order to have the same walls here. Let's edit a profile for these walls in order to close the area. So I will go from the left and then try to choose these and then close the area like that. I think it is closed now, so I will click OK, and then I will have this result. I will do the same thing for the other walls. Double click or edit a profile coming from the right, and then try to choose these lines in order to close the area such as this, and then click OK. And for the other one there is no need. You can choose a line and choosing this surface and then align it to that. So we will get this result. Maybe we can now close this, also use the align and close that with this, such as this. So we will get this result. Maybe we have here something wrong, but maybe we can also edit the profile. Try to give it to here, remove the constraint and give the result like that. Or let's try to go back and then edit the profile. For that we can even move that to the inside and then try to press OK. Anyway, it is not a big deal. You can also do that. I think everything is okay here or not. Maybe you can choose this side in order to close the area as the same area in the right. Okay, so we will get this result. We have problem here. I will try to solve it. I don't know why it is like that, but sometimes it will occur anyway. So now I have this result. Now let's try to maybe draw the inclined roof. So I will go to level 3 and then I will go to architecture and then to roof by footprint. Then I will maybe choose the walls. I will not define the slope here, just choosing the walls, and you will get this area, but you have to close the area by trim and extend like that. And then close the roof. So you will get this roof at level 3. Maybe I need to know what is the spot elevation of this one. It's 8.8 while this 7.6. Then we have 121 centimeter. So I will go here and give here the top offset of, let's say, top offset or the base offset of 1 centimeter, and I will get this result. But I want it to be inclined, so I will go to edit footprint and then choose this one or choose this one and then define the slope of it, and when click OK. So you will get this result. Now simply you can choose it. Maybe you can play with this slope a little bit. Let's give it 20 like that. So if you are interested, it will be good. Let's now connect these walls and close the area with the inclined roof. So I will now choose maybe this wall and attach to base, and making it something like that will be attached automatically to the roof. Also for these walls I will do the same thing. I will attach them to the roof. It will have, you will have this message, but it is not important. You can delete the element, and then also for that I will do the same thing. I will attach to the roof, also delete the elements, and this one also the same thing, and delete the element. So now we close the area and we got this result. Now let's go to level 1 and try to draw a floor at level 1. So I will go to architecture, floor, and then choose the rectangular. I will come all the way like that in order to have a floor in front of this building. So I will click OK and see that I have this floor. Okay, if you feel that everything that is quick okay, you can now go to the next step. Let's draw a stair here going from level 1 to level 3 and see how to do that. Let's go to level 1 and then go to stair, and here I will go from level 1 to level 3, and now let's choose maybe the left with 1.5 centimeter and go all over the way from level 1 to level 3. Let's see that in the 3D you can get this result, but maybe we need to delete some stairs. So I will press OK now, and as you see I have this annoying railing. If you don't want them, you can choose them and delete them as well. And now if you want to delete some maybe stairs to be to that way, you can now edit the stair, choose the stair and convert it to a sketch, edit the sketch. Maybe we need to, let's go to level 1, and here we can delete some stairs in order to have a good result. You have to close the area now, and for this line you have to extend it to the last riser and then click OK to have this result. Maybe this is good, but let's add a landing here. So I will go here, and here you have a landing. You can press on it, and let's sketch this landing going to level 1 or level 2, something like that. You can now making something like that in order to make a landing for this stair. Okay, let's finish that and see what the result. Yes, we have this landing of this stair. Okay, now we have to finish this stair, and then we can also adjust this floor. Double click to edit the boundary of it. From the stair here we can extend and trim to close the area, such as this, to have also some floor under the stair. So we are now done with the building. We can go to the next step, which is the topography. So we want to create a topography around this building. So in order to do that, we have to go to the site, and then we have to go to massing and site, and we have here something that is called toposurface. With toposurface you can draw a toposurface around your building. So I will now choose the place point, and in next videos maybe we can also show how we can import the DWG that came from surveyors, and we can convert it to a toposurface. But in this tutorial I will place points and then show you how you can modify these points to be adapted with your building. So I am going here with the elevation to 0 and try to put some points here, and let's go now with maybe 3 or 3.6 like that, and then with 7 or 7.2, because I know that here is level 3 or something like that. So you can now draw that. You can now go with 7.5 for example to have some toposurface all around that. Let's see that in the 3D. Yes, we have a toposurface. So now you can click OK and you will get this result. But we have now to adjust this toposurface to be adapted with our building. So how we can do that? Let's do that together. I will go to site. Now we have in Revit something that is called building pad, and with building pad we can now maybe adjust the toposurface to be adapted with the floor of our building. So I will go to choose building pad, and then I will pick line. Let's do that for all over our building, not important, just for the, or I think this landing not be included here. Maybe we can go with just the stair and then also close the area. I think that maybe let's try it and see what we will have, and then we can adjust all the way. So we have now maybe the sketch of our building pad like that. Maybe you can delete this and click OK. You can see that we have a building pad with the 0. If I click on this building pad, you can see that is on level 1 0. So it is good, but we have now to adjust the topo surface in order to be adapted here with the level 1. So I will go to edit surface and then try to draw some points here, add points with 0 to be at the same level. So I will go to level 1 or the site, it's not important, and here I will place point. Let's go a little bit around below the 0, so I will choose minus 0.1 and add points here, 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 and here, and also here. And let's see the result. Yes, the topography adapted and adjusted to be like that with our building. And now we have to adjust also around this stair. So let's click OK and see how we can adjust that. Other thing that have adjusted, maybe here under this landing we have to adjust. Maybe also if you want to play with this slope, you can do that. So how we can do that? Let's do that together. Now to adjust the topo surface around the stair, I have to go to annotate and know what is the let's say the elevation of the landing. So I have 6.08 here, and maybe I have 5.2, but it is not important to be adjusted automatically, but this is the important, which is 6.08 at that point. So I will go also now and try to edit the surface, and you see here there is no a point, so we have to add some points here. Let's add a point here with 6.08, I think. So I have to go to site and now place point and change the elevation to 6.08, and then came here at that point and give this point. Let's see that in the 3D, and as you see the topography adjusted to be like that, but we have here also something wrong, so we have also to adjust that with the same elevation, I think. So I have to go to site. Also let's give points all around this landing. Let's see the result now with the 3D. I think it's okay. So I think all the surface is adapted with our building as we want. Maybe here, no, it is good. So I think you got the point of how we can adjust topo surface to be adapted with our building. So if everything is okay, you can go and click finish. And now if you want to represent that in a good way, you can now use the section box here, but it is not appeared because I have hide it in the view. So you can come here to the close reveal hidden or open the reveal hidden element, and then click the section box, right click and unhide the element from the view, and then you can play with the section box here in order to have this result. Maybe we can turn on to shaded to see the result in a good way. You can play that in order to have this representation way as you see in the project. Maybe you can do that. Okay, now if you are okay, you can choose the section box and hide it from the view, and you have to do that because if you go to the section box and unclick it, it will return back to that. So you have to click the section box and unhide it, but we have to repeat that. So I have to go and unhide and then repeat the same process in order to give this representation of the topo surface. So you have to do that manually like that, and if you are satisfied with this result, you can now select the section box and hide it in the view. I'd like to ask you to subscribe and follow the channel for more tutorials in the future. The Toposolid is a new feature in Revit 2024 and 2025. It was previously as a topography in Revit 2023 and earlier, and it was a new feature here. So in this feature we will learn together how to create a Toposolid. In order to create Toposolid, I have to go to Massing and Site, and then I have a Toposolid here. I have two options here. One is the create from sketch, and the other is create from import, whether it's a CAD file or an Excel spreadsheet from the surveyors. So in this tutorial we are going to introduce the first one, which is the create from sketch. So if I click here, you can see that I am going to go to the sketch mode here in the modify toolbar. So I can even now sketch any Toposolid that I want. So here there is an offset, which is from the level that I want to draw the Toposolid from it. And here we have also extend into wall if we have building, and we will see together in next tutorials how to create the Toposolid around the building. So if I want to now to create a Toposolid by simple way, I can draw any shape I want. So if I call to a rectangular here, and now try to place any rectangular sketch here. So I have here some dimension, let's say 25 meter and 25 meter. I think it is okay. Now let's delete this. So 25 by 25. Okay, so this is a square, which is a simple sketch that we want to create a Toposolid from it. So once I click now finish, you can see, let's see that in the 3D view, that I have created a Toposolid here, and which is extremely flat, which means that it is in level 1, such as on floor, and it have some thickness here. So this is different from the topography in Revit 2023 and earlier, and we can see now how to adjust this. And in the next tutorial we also learn together how to convert the topography to Toposolid. I don't know why Autodesk make this let's say improvement. I don't know if it is improvement or not, but let's say together how to work with this, work around this in order to create a topography such as in the previous versions. So if I click here, I have now the opportunity to edit the sketch. So I can now edit the sketch that I have for the Toposolid that we have created. So you can go now play with these lines. Maybe we can create something like that, like that, like that, and we have to close the boundary. So I have to remove this line, and then let's say that. So by this way you can adjust your sketch of the topography or the boundary of the site that you have according to your site. So this is the first tip in the Toposolid, and now we have to go to other things. So if I now want to adjust the elevations of this Toposolid, simply you have to go to modify sub-element, and then you can select this one, and maybe you can drag this to another level like that. So simply it will convert your site, but in this boundary it will not take, because maybe for some boundary limitations or constraints. So this is the idea of how to modify the elevation. Let's try this and try to make also elevation. Yes, it worked, and also this one, maybe it worked. So this is the basics of how to modify this. If I modify this point only, it will just only modify the elevation of this point. So by this way you can adjust the boundaries of, or the elevations of your site and Toposolid. So this is the next one. Now if I want to add point here, you can add point at any location of your Toposolid. This is work like the floor. So in this improvement I understand that Autodesk developed the topography or the toposurface in the older versions to be like a floor, and you can work around it. So if I click on add point here, I have now some options here in the elevation base from where you want to add this point in the elevation of this point. So we have offset from the surface here, so you can now add offset from the level that you want. So if I am in the current level, which is level 1 as you see here in the project browser, and I click in the current level, you can now put 2 for example, and if I click here it will go 2 meters above the current level. So this is not, let's see together, this is not level 1 but the current level that you are in. So this is 2 meters from level 2 as you see. So this is the first option, and you can play around this. For example, the project base point, if the project base point in level 1 or lower or higher, it will take the offset from the option that you select from these. So this is the idea of these options to work in the Toposolid. And now let's see something else here. Now if I click on the Toposolid, and as you can see here we have reset shape. So if I click on reset shape, it will ask me if you are about to restore the selected Toposolid to its original flat shape. Are you sure you want to continue? So if I click OK, it will reset the shape that we start from, but not the sketch, because the sketch, we edited the sketch from the first. So here it will reset the shape according to the elevation that we have started from the beginning. And if you want to return back, you have to edit the sketch and then okay, delete this. You can draw from the top and you can click on the line and return back to the simple square that we have from the beginning of the tutorial. So this is the basics of how to modify the toposurface or the Toposolid in Revit 2024 and 2025 and above. Now let's see another thing here. Let's check about the split line. So in the split line it will tell us that adds linear edges of reshaping the selected roof, floor, and toposolid geometry. So it deals with the toposolid as the roof and the floor here. So we can split now. Once I click on split, as you can see, I can now draw from any point I want. So if I came here to the middle and to the other opposite middle here, you can see that the toposolid here will be divided by 2. So if I return back now and modify the sub element, also I can now, for example, if I select this line, it will deal with this topography or toposolid as separated from the other one. So the exchange here will be from the line that we have split the toposolid with it. And also if I came here and drag this above, you can see that it will deal with this one as separated. So if I click outside of them, it will give me this shape. So this is the split line of how to deal with it. It will split the toposolid to 2 separated toposolids. So now this is enough for this tutorial. I wish that if you have interested in these kind of tutorials, please like, share and subscribe the channel for more tutorials in the future. See you later. From Revit 2023 or the earlier version. I click here and add point, you can see that we have more than one option to select from. I am selecting always the current level, but you have the opportunity to select the project base point, the survey point, the internal point, or the top plan. You can have experience for that by playing around this and see what is the difference between these. And as we have explained this in previous video, I will leave this video in the card. You can go and see the difference between these. Not in depth, I explained that, but it will give you some idea about that. So now, as you see, we have created this topography from the Toposolid, not the Toposurface. So these are the main or the basics of the main difference between how to deal with the Toposurface or the Toposolid. We will talk about this more and more to see if what is better than the other, which is Toposurface or Toposolid. And now the difference also, let's talk about the material. As you remember and as you watched in the video, once I select that, I can change the material from the properties here, but now this is not existing in Revit 2024. I have to go to edit type, and we have structure here because it deals with it as a floor, not a connection of points, let's say as in the Toposurface previously. So I can go now. You can add any material and this will be appear in the section as a layers, but now if you want and replace it, for example, this is the same I think, but let's see that. Okay, apply. If we have now, if I go to the shaded, you can see that we don't have any material, but if we go to the realistic, you can see that Toposolid will be have a earth material, and in sections will have the hatches of the earth also. So this is the earth, but also you can go to the shaded as we did in the previous video, and also you can go, you have to select the Toposolid and then go to edit with the earth and go now to the let's say foreground, select solid fill and choose maybe let's say this green to have a nice presentation as we did in the Toposolid, sorry, on the Toposurface, and you will get this result. Of course, the Toposolid is not like the Toposurface because it's a connection of points previously, but now it is like an earth. So you can go and play with these points to have a nice slope here or here around your building and adjust as you want. So that's all for today. If you are interested in this kind of video, please like, share and subscribe for the channel for more tutorials like these in the future. See you.